You might imagine immortality as living forever in the same body, but for ancient Egyptian life extension engineers, it was less about preserving flesh and more about consciousness recycling that came around every few centuries, like an especially sophisticated upgrade system that didn't believe in permanent hardware. Picture this. You're living in chambers where death is just a temporary inconvenience. Aging reverses on command, and your consciousness can be transferred between bodies like changing clothes. We're diving into the Egyptian facilities that archaeologists have been systematically covering up for over a century. Not because they don't work, but because they work too well. These aren't theoretical life extension treatments or Hollywood special effects. These are fully operational immortality processing centers that are still being used today by individuals who have been alive for thousands of years, maintaining eternal youth through consciousness transfer and biological regeneration techniques that make modern medicine look like medieval bloodletting. Forget everything you think you know about ancient Egyptian civilization being obsessed with death and mummification. What we're talking about tonight are sophisticated life extension technologies that defeat aging, prevent death, and allow consciousness to continue indefinitely through carefully managed body replacement and biological regeneration systems that exceed contemporary medical understanding by millennia. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here, and let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Congratulations! You've just woken up as Dr. Elena Vasquez in March 1991, and you're about to discover that the ancient Egyptians didn't prepare for death. They eliminated it entirely. The good news, you're about to explore the most sophisticated life extension technology in human history. The bad news, you're about to learn why these facilities were sealed, and why the price of eternal youth involves sacrificing everything that makes individual human existence meaningful. Welcome to the immortality centers that make surface Egyptian civilization look like a death cult. You're standing in what was supposed to be a medical storage facility beneath the Alexandria library, investigating reports of unusual biological readings that have been detected by ground-penetrating radar. But the hieroglyphic inscriptions on the walls aren't describing mummification procedures or funeral rites. They're providing operational instructions for consciousness transfer equipment and biological regeneration systems that shouldn't exist in any historical period, much less ancient Egypt. The chamber itself defies conventional medical understanding because the construction techniques demonstrate knowledge of cellular biology, genetic engineering, and consciousness manipulation that contemporary medicine is still trying to develop. The walls aren't just carved stone, they're composed of materials that seem to interact with biological systems, creating surfaces that respond to your presence by displaying biological data and life signs that shouldn't be possible with ancient technology. Your medical scanner starts producing readings that indicate massive biological activity occurring in patterns that suggest controlled life extension processes rather than natural biological functions. The biological signatures match theoretical models for consciousness transfer and cellular regeneration, but the precision and scale required for this type of biological manipulation would require medical technology that exceeds anything in contemporary medicine. The hieroglyphic instructions include detailed diagrams showing consciousness transfer procedures, biological regeneration protocols, and body replacement techniques that clearly indicate advanced understanding of human biology and consciousness that ancient Egyptians supposedly didn't possess. The inscriptions assume knowledge of advanced medicine and biological engineering that contemporary medical science hasn't achieved. As you examine the chamber more carefully, you notice that the biological readings correspond exactly to the life extension processes described in the hieroglyphic instructions. The chamber isn't just containing medical technology, It's actively operating, conducting biological manipulations and consciousness transfers that are maintaining the immortality of individuals who should have died thousands of years ago. The most disturbing aspect of your discovery is evidence that the chamber has been accessed recently by individuals who possess detailed knowledge of consciousness transfer and biological regeneration. Modern medical equipment shows signs of biological contamination from consciousness transfer procedures, and certain hieroglyphic panels have been recently cleaned and studied, indicating ongoing research by medical teams that understand both ancient technology and contemporary implications. Your investigation reveals that the Immortality Chamber isn't isolated. It's connected to a network of similar facilities throughout Egypt and possibly other locations worldwide. The connections involve both physical medical transport systems and consciousness transfer networks that allow coordination between different immortality processing sites while maintaining security and preventing unauthorized access to life extension technology. The chamber includes monitoring systems that track the biological status and consciousness integrity of individuals undergoing immortality processes. The monitoring protocols demonstrate understanding of biological mechanics and consciousness science that exceeds contemporary medical understanding, with diagnostic systems that prevent consciousness corruption and biological rejection during body transfer procedures. Your examination of the consciousness transfer systems reveals interface devices that can extract, store, and relocate human consciousness between different biological hosts, while maintaining personality, integrity, and memory continuity. The consciousness technology demonstrates capabilities that contemporary neuroscience considers theoretically impossible but practically necessary for immortality processing. The most shocking discovery is documentation, showing that the Immortality Chamber has been used to maintain the lives of specific individuals throughout recorded history. The medical records include consciousness transfers that allowed ancient Egyptian leaders, priests, and scientists to continue living through multiple bodies while maintaining their original personalities and accumulated knowledge. The biological logs document specific immortality procedures that preserved consciousness and transferred individuals to new bodies when their current biological hosts began showing signs of aging or disease. The procedures were carefully planned and executed to maintain personality continuity while providing healthy biological hosts for continued existence. As you study the consciousness transfer systems and biological records, you begin to understand that the chamber represents medical technology that allows direct manipulation of life, death, and biological existence. The implications for understanding medicine, consciousness, and human identity are so profound that you understand why this information has been suppressed and why access to immortality technology has been restricted to authorized personnel only. Your portable biological scanner begins detecting consciousness transfer energy buildups that indicate the chamber is preparing for another immortality procedure. The energy patterns suggest that someone is planning to conduct consciousness transfer operations, and your unauthorized presence in the chamber may have triggered security protocols that could result in your elimination or forced consciousness transfer. Welcome to the realization that ancient Egyptian civilization included immortality processing capabilities that allowed direct control over life, death, and biological existence, and that modern authorities have been using this technology to maintain the lives of specific individuals while keeping the general population ignorant about life extension possibilities and consciousness transfer technology. The consciousness transfer technology in the Egyptian Immortality Facility operates according to principles that make contemporary neuroscience look like primitive brain surgery, using systems that can extract, preserve, and relocate human consciousness with complete personality integrity, while maintaining all memories, skills, and individual characteristics throughout the transfer process. Your examination of the consciousness extraction systems reveals interface technologies that can separate consciousness from biological hosts without causing brain death or consciousness corruption. The extraction process operates through dimensional manipulation of consciousness energy rather than physical brain intervention, allowing complete consciousness removal while preserving both donor and extracted consciousness integrity. The consciousness storage systems maintain extracted consciousness in perfect preservation indefinitely, without degradation or corruption, while providing secure storage that prevents consciousness contamination or unauthorized access. The storage technology operates beyond contemporary understanding of consciousness mechanics by treating consciousness as manipulable energy rather than emergent brain activity. The consciousness integration systems can implant stored consciousness into new biological hosts while maintaining complete personality, continuity, and memory access. The integration process ensures that transferred consciousness maintains full control over new biological systems while adapting to different physical capabilities and characteristics without losing individual identity or psychological stability. Your investigation of the biological host preparation systems reveals technologies that can modify recipient bodies to optimize compatibility with incoming consciousness, while preventing biological rejection and ensuring successful consciousness integration. The preparation includes genetic modification, biological enhancement, and consciousness compatibility adjustments that exceed contemporary medical capabilities. The consciousness mapping systems create complete psychological and memory profiles of individuals before consciousness transfer, ensuring that all personality characteristics, knowledge, and individual traits are preserved throughout the transfer process. The mapping technology provides comprehensive consciousness analysis that exceeds contemporary understanding of human psychology and memory storage. The transfer coordination systems manage multiple simultaneous consciousness transfers while preventing consciousness contamination and ensuring that each transfer maintains individual identity integrity. The coordination demonstrates sophisticated understanding of consciousness mechanics that allows complex immortality operations involving multiple consciousness transfers and biological host modifications. Your examination of the consciousness verification systems reveals quality control technologies that confirm successful consciousness transfer while testing for consciousness corruption, personality degradation, or memory loss. The verification procedures ensure that transferred consciousness maintains complete individual identity while adapting successfully to new biological hosts. The biological adaptation systems help transferred consciousness adjust to new physical bodies while maintaining psychological stability and personality continuity. The adaptation includes physical coordination training, biological system integration, and psychological adjustment support that ensures successful transition to new biological existence. The consciousness backup systems create secondary consciousness copies before transfer procedures, providing security against transfer failure while ensuring that consciousness can be recovered if primary transfer procedures encounter problems. The backup capabilities demonstrate sophisticated consciousness preservation that exceeds contemporary understanding of consciousness duplication possibilities. Your investigation reveals that consciousness transfer systems include enhancement options that can improve transferred consciousness capabilities while maintaining individual personality integrity. The enhancement possibilities include expanded memory capacity, improved cognitive abilities, and enhanced psychological stability that optimize consciousness performance in new biological hosts. The transfer security systems protect consciousness during transfer procedures while preventing unauthorized consciousness access or manipulation. The security measures include consciousness encryption, transfer authentication, and elimination protocols for security threats that could compromise consciousness integrity or immortality processing operations. The consciousness communication systems allow transferred consciousness to maintain contact with other transferred individuals while coordinating immortality operations and sharing information about consciousness transfer experiences. The communication capabilities create networks of immortal individuals who maintain cooperation and mutual support throughout extended existence. The most remarkable aspect of consciousness transfer systems is their ability to maintain complete individual identity while allowing consciousness to survive indefinitely through multiple biological hosts. The transfer technology achieves immortality that preserves human personality while eliminating biological limitations and aging constraints. Your examination of recent consciousness transfer logs reveals ongoing immortality operations that are maintaining the lives of specific individuals through regular consciousness transfers to new biological hosts. The current operations suggest that consciousness transfer technology is being used systematically to provide immortality for selected individuals while maintaining secrecy about life extension capabilities. As you study the consciousness transfer systems and immortality procedures, you begin to understand that consciousness represents transferable energy that can exist independently of specific biological hosts while maintaining complete individual identity and personality continuity throughout immortality processing. The realization that consciousness transfer systems provide practical immortality through biological host replacement makes you recognize that death represents optional rather than inevitable human experience, with immortality available through technological intervention rather than natural biological limitation. The biological regeneration systems in the Immortality facility represent medical technologies that can reverse aging, cure diseases, and restore biological hosts to optimal health while maintaining consciousness compatibility and preparing bodies for successful consciousness transfer or extended natural life through cellular regeneration and genetic optimization. Your investigation of the cellular regeneration protocols reveals medical systems that can restore damaged tissues, reverse aging effects, and optimize biological function through direct cellular manipulation that exceeds contemporary medical capabilities. The regeneration technology operates at molecular levels to restore cellular integrity while preventing age-related deterioration and disease development. The genetic optimization systems can modify human DNA to eliminate genetic diseases, enhance physical capabilities, and extend natural lifespan while maintaining biological compatibility with consciousness transfer procedures. The genetic modifications provide biological improvements that exceed natural human capabilities while ensuring successful integration with consciousness transfer technology. The organ regeneration technologies can restore damaged organs, replace failing biological systems, and enhance organ function through biological reconstruction that maintains perfect integration with existing biological systems. The organ restoration demonstrates medical capabilities that exceed contemporary transplant medicine by providing perfect biological compatibility and enhanced performance. Your examination of the biological enhancement systems reveals technologies that can improve physical strength, cognitive abilities, and sensory functions while maintaining natural biological appearance and consciousness compatibility. The enhancement capabilities provide superhuman biological performance while preserving human appearance and psychological identity. The disease elimination systems can cure any illness, eliminate biological contamination, and prevent future disease development through comprehensive biological purification that ensures optimal health for consciousness, transfer recipients, and extended natural life candidates. The disease treatment demonstrates medical capabilities that exceed contemporary medicine by providing complete biological healing. The aging reversal technologies can restore biological hosts to any desired age while maintaining consciousness compatibility and optimizing biological function for extended existence. The age restoration allows consciousness transfer recipients to maintain optimal biological performance while providing natural immortality through biological regeneration rather than consciousness transfer. Your investigation of the biological monitoring systems reveals comprehensive health tracking that monitors all biological functions while identifying potential problems before they affect biological performance or consciousness compatibility. The monitoring capabilities provide medical assessment that exceeds contemporary diagnostic medicine by tracking biological status at cellular levels. The biological adaptation systems help consciousness transfer recipients adjust to enhanced biological capabilities while maintaining psychological stability and individual identity. The adaptation includes physical training, biological integration therapy, and enhancement adjustment programs that ensure successful utilization of improved biological systems. The biological security systems protect regeneration procedures from contamination while preventing unauthorized access to biological enhancement technologies. The security measures include biological quarantine, genetic authentication, and elimination protocols for threats that could compromise biological regeneration or immortality processing operations. Your examination of the biological preservation systems reveals technologies that can maintain biological hosts in perfect condition indefinitely while preventing deterioration during consciousness transfer procedures or extended storage periods. The preservation capabilities demonstrate biological maintenance that exceeds contemporary medical understanding by providing perfect biological stability. The biological customization systems can modify recipient bodies according to consciousness preferences while maintaining biological compatibility and optimal performance. The customization options include physical appearance modification, biological capability enhancement, and sensory function optimization that allow consciousness to inhabit ideal biological hosts. The biological quality control systems ensure that all regeneration and enhancement procedures maintain biological integrity while preventing complications that could affect consciousness transfer success or extended natural life. The quality control demonstrates medical precision that exceeds contemporary surgical capabilities by providing perfect biological outcomes. The most remarkable aspect of biological regeneration systems is their ability to restore human bodies to perfect health while enhancing capabilities beyond natural human limitations. The regeneration technology achieves biological optimization that provides ideal hosts for consciousness transfer while enabling extended natural life through cellular restoration. Your examination of current biological regeneration operations reveals ongoing medical procedures that are maintaining optimal biological condition for consciousness transfer recipients and extended life candidates. The current operations suggest that biological regeneration is being used systematically to support immortality processing while maintaining secrecy about life extension medical capabilities. The biological research systems continue developing improved regeneration techniques while testing enhanced biological modifications that could provide superior hosts for consciousness transfer or extended natural existence. The research capabilities demonstrate ongoing medical advancement that continuously improves immortality processing effectiveness. As you study the biological regeneration systems and medical procedures, you begin to understand that human biology represents modifiable systems that can be optimized for immortality while enhancing capabilities beyond natural human limitations through technological medical intervention. The realization that biological regeneration provides medical capabilities that exceed contemporary medicine makes you recognize that human biological limitations represent technological constraints rather than natural limitations, with optimal health and enhanced capabilities available through advanced medical intervention. The body replacement systems in the Immortality facility operate as comprehensive networks that provide new biological hosts for consciousness transfer, while maintaining secure supply chains, quality control standards, and replacement scheduling that ensures continuous availability of optimal biological hosts for immortality maintenance operations. Your examination of the host acquisition protocols reveals systematic collection methods that obtain biological hosts through carefully managed processes while maintaining security and preventing detection by surface medical authorities. The acquisition systems demonstrate sophisticated logistics that provide continuous supply of compatible biological hosts for consciousness transfer operations. The biological host evaluation systems assess potential replacement bodies for consciousness compatibility, biological quality, and enhancement potential, while ensuring that selected hosts meet strict standards for immortality processing. The evaluation procedures demonstrate medical assessment capabilities that exceed contemporary biological analysis by providing comprehensive host compatibility analysis. The host preparation facilities modify acquired biological hosts to optimize consciousness compatibility while eliminating biological problems and enhancing physical capabilities for optimal immortality processing results. The preparation procedures include genetic modification, biological enhancement, and consciousness compatibility optimization that ensures successful transfer outcomes. Your investigation of the host storage systems reveals preservation technologies that maintain biological hosts in perfect condition while preventing deterioration during extended storage periods before consciousness transfer procedures. The storage capabilities provide biological preservation that exceeds contemporary medical understanding by maintaining perfect biological viability indefinitely. The replacement scheduling systems coordinate consciousness transfer operations while managing host availability and ensuring that immortality candidates receive replacement bodies according to optimal timing for consciousness preservation and biological compatibility. The scheduling demonstrates sophisticated immortality logistics that maintains continuous immortality processing capabilities. The host customization services modify replacement bodies according to consciousness preferences while maintaining biological compatibility and optimal performance standards. The customization options include appearance modification, capability enhancement, and biological adaptation that provide ideal physical forms for transferred consciousness. Your examination of the quality assurance systems reveals comprehensive testing procedures that verify biological host suitability, while ensuring that replacement bodies meet strict standards for consciousness, transfer success, and extended existence capabilities. The quality control demonstrates medical precision that exceeds contemporary standards by providing perfect biological compatibility. The host security systems protect replacement body networks from interference while preventing unauthorized access to biological hosts and consciousness transfer candidates. The security measures include facility protection, biological quarantine, and elimination protocols for threats that could compromise body replacement operations or immortality processing security. The replacement logistics coordinate transportation of biological hosts while managing distribution to different immortality facilities throughout the network. The logistics capabilities demonstrate sophisticated supply chain management that maintains continuous availability of replacement bodies while preserving operational security and preventing detection. Your investigation reveals that body replacement networks include breeding programs that produce biological hosts specifically designed for consciousness transfer, while optimizing genetic characteristics and biological capabilities for immortality processing. The breeding operations demonstrate systematic biological production that exceeds contemporary reproductive medicine by providing designed biological hosts. The replacement tracking systems monitor biological host quality and compatibility while maintaining comprehensive records of replacement procedures and outcomes. The tracking capabilities provide data analysis that optimizes replacement operations while identifying improvements that enhance consciousness transfer success rates. The host enhancement laboratories improve replacement bodies through genetic modification, biological augmentation, and capability optimization that provide superior biological hosts for consciousness transfer. The enhancement capabilities demonstrate medical technologies that exceed contemporary biological modification by providing comprehensive biological improvement. The most disturbing aspect of body replacement networks is evidence that biological hosts are acquired through systematic collection operations that operate without consent or knowledge of surface populations. The acquisition records suggest that replacement bodies are obtained through methods that violate contemporary medical ethics while maintaining secrecy about immortality processing requirements. Your examination of current body replacement operations reveals ongoing acquisition and preparation activities that are maintaining continuous supply of biological hosts for consciousness transfer candidates. The current operations suggest that body replacement networks operate systematically while remaining hidden from surface medical authorities and ethical oversight. The replacement coordination systems manage multiple simultaneous body replacement operations while ensuring that consciousness transfer candidates receive optimal biological hosts according to compatibility requirements and enhancement preferences. The coordination demonstrates sophisticated immortality management that maintains continuous processing capabilities. As you study the body replacement networks and acquisition systems, you begin to understand that immortality processing requires systematic acquisition of biological hosts while maintaining supply chains that operate beyond contemporary medical ethics and legal frameworks. The realization that body replacement networks provide continuous supply of biological hosts makes you recognize that immortality technology requires resources and logistics that operate through systematic acquisition of replacement bodies while maintaining secrecy about immortality processing requirements and ethical implications. The identity management systems in the Immortality facility coordinate the complex process of maintaining consistent personal identities across multiple lifespans while managing documentation, social relationships, and historical continuity that allows immortal individuals to function in surface society without revealing their extended existence or consciousness transfer activities. Your investigation of the identity preservation protocols reveals comprehensive systems that maintain personality, continuity, and individual characteristics throughout consciousness transfer procedures, while ensuring that immortal individuals retain their essential identity despite biological host changes and extended existence periods. The documentation management systems create and maintain official identification documents, historical records, and social credentials that allow immortal individuals to establish new identities when biological host changes require social reintegration. The documentation capabilities provide complete identity fabrication that withstands contemporary verification systems while maintaining historical plausibility. The memory management technologies help immortal individuals organize and access accumulated memories from multiple lifespans while preventing memory confusion and maintaining psychological stability throughout extended existence. The memory systems provide cognitive organization that exceeds contemporary understanding of human memory capacity and psychological adaptation. Your examination of the social integration systems reveals technologies that help immortal individuals establish relationships and social connections while concealing their extended existence from surface populations. The integration protocols include behavior modification, cultural adaptation, and relationship management that allows successful social functioning despite immortal status. The identity transition services coordinate the process of establishing new identities when consciousness transfer requires social reintegration while maintaining continuity of important relationships and responsibilities. The transition protocols demonstrate sophisticated social management that allows immortal individuals to maintain social connections across multiple lifespans. The behavioral adaptation systems help immortal individuals adjust their personality, presentation, and social behavior to match their apparent biological age while maintaining their accumulated wisdom and experience without revealing their extended existence. The adaptation capabilities provide psychological flexibility that allows successful social camouflage. Your investigation of the relationship management systems reveals protocols for maintaining long-term relationships with other immortal individuals while coordinating social interactions and preventing conflicts that could compromise immortality security. The relationship coordination demonstrates sophisticated social planning that maintains immortal community cohesion. The historical continuity systems help immortal individuals maintain awareness of historical changes and social evolution while adapting their knowledge and perspectives to contemporary circumstances without revealing anachronistic information that could compromise their cover identities. The psychological support systems provide mental health care for immortal individuals dealing with the psychological challenges of extended existence while maintaining emotional stability and preventing psychological breakdown that could compromise immortality security or social integration. Your examination of the identity security systems reveals comprehensive protection measures that prevent detection of immortal status while maintaining cover identities and eliminating threats that could expose immortality operations. The security measures include surveillance countermeasures, threat elimination, and identity protection protocols. The identity coordination networks allow multiple immortal individuals to coordinate their activities while maintaining separate identities and preventing conflicts that could compromise immortality security. The coordination demonstrates sophisticated social management that maintains immortal community organization while preserving individual identity security. The cultural adaptation systems help immortal individuals understand and adapt to social changes while maintaining relevant cultural knowledge and social skills throughout extended existence periods. The adaptation capabilities provide continuous cultural education that allows successful social integration across historical periods. The most remarkable aspect of identity management systems is their ability to maintain individual personality and identity continuity, while allowing immortal individuals to adapt to social changes and establish new relationships throughout extended existence periods. Your examination of current identity management operations reveals ongoing identity maintenance activities that are supporting immortal individuals currently living in surface society while maintaining their cover identities and social integration. The current operations suggest that identity management is being used systematically to support immortal community while maintaining secrecy about extended existence. The identity research systems continue developing improved identity management techniques while testing enhanced social integration methods that could provide better cover identities and social adaptation for immortal individuals. The research capabilities demonstrate ongoing social management advancement that continuously improves immortality security and social integration effectiveness. As you study the identity management systems and social integration protocols, you begin to understand that immortality requires sophisticated social management while maintaining individual identity throughout extended existence periods and multiple biological host changes. The realization that identity management provides comprehensive social integration support makes you recognize that immortality involves complex social challenges that require technological solutions for maintaining individual identity while functioning successfully in surface society throughout extended existence periods. The hierarchical systems within the Immortality facility reveal a complex social structure among immortal individuals based on age, experience, consciousness transfer frequency, and specialized knowledge that creates distinct social classes with different privileges, responsibilities, and access to immortality resources and enhancement technologies. Your examination of the seniority classification systems reveals that immortal individuals are ranked according to the length of their extended existence, with ancient immortals possessing thousands of years of accumulated experience, holding superior positions over recently created immortal individuals who have only undergone a few consciousness transfers. The experience specialization hierarchies organize immortal individuals according to their accumulated expertise in specific fields, including consciousness transfer technology, biological regeneration, identity management, and surface world infiltration. The specialization systems create professional hierarchies that determine access to advanced immortality technologies and operational responsibilities. The consciousness transfer frequency rankings classify immortal individuals based on how often they have undergone consciousness transfer procedures. with frequent transfer individuals considered more experienced in immortality management, while natural longevity, immortals who maintain extended existence through biological regeneration, hold different status positions. Your investigation of the authority distribution systems reveals that immortal hierarchies control access to immortality resources, including biological hosts, consciousness transfer facilities, and identity management services, while maintaining strict protocols that determine which immortal individuals receive priority access to limited immortality processing capabilities. The resource allocation hierarchies determine how immortality resources are distributed among different immortal classes, while ensuring that senior immortals receive optimal biological hosts and advanced enhancement technologies, while junior immortals receive basic immortality maintenance services according to their hierarchical position. The operational command structures assign immortal individuals to different responsibilities within immortality operations, including facility management, surface world infiltration, security operations, and research activities according to their hierarchical status and specialized expertise areas. Your examination of the social interaction protocols reveals complex relationship rules that govern interactions between different immortal hierarchical levels, while maintaining social order and preventing conflicts that could compromise immortality, security, or operational effectiveness. The privilege distribution systems provide different benefits and capabilities to immortal individuals according to their hierarchical status, including access to advanced biological enhancements, premium identity management services, and specialized consciousness transfer options that exceed basic immortality maintenance services. The advancement opportunity systems allow immortal individuals to improve their hierarchical status through demonstrated competence, specialized knowledge development, and service to immortality operations, while maintaining strict evaluation standards that determine eligibility for hierarchical advancement. Your investigation reveals that immortal hierarchies include enforcement mechanisms that maintain social order among immortal individuals while preventing rebellions or challenges to established authority structures that could threaten immortality operations or hierarchical stability. The hierarchical communication systems facilitate coordination between different immortal social levels while maintaining appropriate protocol and preventing unauthorized communication that could compromise operational security or challenge established authority relationships. The specialized council systems include governing bodies composed of senior immortal individuals who make strategic decisions about immortality operations, while coordinating resources and managing conflicts between different immortal hierarchical groups. The most disturbing aspect of immortal hierarchies is evidence that immortality creates permanent social stratification, where ancient immortals maintain superior status indefinitely, while preventing advancement opportunities for junior immortals who remain subordinate throughout their extended existence. Your examination of current hierarchical operations reveals ongoing social management activities that maintain immortal class structures while enforcing hierarchical protocols and managing resource distribution according to established social rankings. The hierarchical evolution systems track changes in immortal social structures while adapting hierarchy protocols to accommodate new immortal individuals and changing operational requirements without compromising established authority structures or social stability. As you study the immortal hierarchical systems and social structures, you begin to understand that immortality creates complex social stratification that operates according to principles of accumulated experience and specialized knowledge, while maintaining permanent class distinctions. The realization that immortal hierarchies create permanent social stratification makes you recognize that immortality involves complex social organization that maintains class distinctions indefinitely while determining access to resources and opportunities according to hierarchical status rather than merit or individual worth. The enhancement technologies within the Immortality facility represent advanced modifications that can improve human capabilities far beyond natural limitations. while providing immortal individuals with superhuman abilities, including enhanced intelligence, physical strength, sensory capabilities, and specialized skills that optimize their effectiveness for extended existence and operational responsibilities. Your investigation of the cognitive enhancement systems reveals technologies that can expand mental capabilities, including memory capacity, processing speed, analytical abilities, and creative thinking, while maintaining personality, integrity, and individual identity throughout enhancement procedures. The cognitive modifications provide intellectual abilities that exceed natural human limitations while preserving essential psychological characteristics. The physical enhancement protocols can improve strength, speed, endurance, and coordination while modifying biological systems to provide capabilities that exceed natural human performance standards. The physical modifications include muscle optimization, bone strengthening, cardiovascular enhancement, and nervous system improvement that provide superhuman physical capabilities. The sensory enhancement technologies can expand human senses, including vision, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, while adding new sensory capabilities that exceed natural human perception. The sensory modifications provide enhanced environmental awareness and perception abilities that improve operational effectiveness and survival capabilities. Your examination of the skill implantation systems reveals technologies that can directly transfer knowledge and abilities, including languages, technical skills, combat training, and specialized expertise, without requiring traditional learning processes. The skill transfer provides instant capability acquisition that allows immortal individuals to adapt quickly to new operational requirements. The biological system enhancement protocols can modify organ function, immune system response, healing capabilities, and disease resistance, while optimizing biological performance for extended existence and enhanced operational effectiveness. The biological modifications provide improved health and longevity that exceed natural human biological capabilities. The psychological enhancement systems can improve emotional stability, stress resistance, decision-making abilities, and social skills while maintaining individual personality and identity characteristics. The psychological modifications provide mental resilience that supports extended existence and operational stress management. Your investigation of the specialized enhancement options reveals modification programs tailored for specific operational roles, including infiltration specialists, research personnel, security operatives, and facility management staff, while providing capabilities optimized for particular responsibilities and operational environments. The enhancement integration systems coordinate multiple simultaneous modifications while ensuring that all enhancements work together effectively without creating conflicts or complications that could compromise individual effectiveness or biological stability. The integration protocols demonstrate sophisticated modification management that optimizes overall enhancement outcomes. The enhancement monitoring systems track modification effectiveness while identifying potential problems and optimizing enhancement performance throughout extended existence periods. The monitoring capabilities provide quality control that maintains enhancement effectiveness while preventing complications that could compromise individual capabilities. Your examination of the enhancement security systems reveals protection measures that prevent unauthorized access to enhancement technologies, while ensuring that modification procedures maintain security standards and prevent enhancement information from compromising immortality operations. The enhancement research programs continue developing improved modification techniques while testing new enhancement options that could provide superior capabilities for immortal individuals. The research capabilities demonstrate ongoing technological advancement that continuously improves enhancement effectiveness and capability options. The enhancement quality control systems ensure that all modifications maintain safety standards while achieving desired capability improvements without compromising biological stability or psychological integrity. The quality control demonstrates modification precision that exceeds contemporary medical capabilities by providing perfect enhancement outcomes. The most remarkable aspect of enhancement technologies is their ability to provide superhuman capabilities while maintaining individual identity and biological stability throughout extended existence periods. The enhancement systems achieve human optimization that exceeds natural limitations while preserving essential human characteristics. Your examination of current enhancement operations reveals ongoing modification procedures that are providing immortal individuals with advanced capabilities while maintaining security standards and operational effectiveness. The current operations suggest that enhancement technologies are being used systematically to optimize immortal individual capabilities. The enhancement customization systems allow immortal individuals to select specific modifications according to their preferences and operational requirements, while ensuring that selected enhancements provide optimal capability improvements and maintain biological compatibility. As you study the enhancement technologies and modification systems, you begin to understand that immortality includes opportunities for human optimization that exceed natural capabilities, while providing superhuman abilities through technological intervention and biological modification. The realization that enhancement technologies provide superhuman capabilities makes you recognize that immortality involves not just extended existence, but transformation into enhanced beings with capabilities that exceed natural human limitations through technological modification and biological enhancement. Mortal networks, operating through the facility, represent global organizations that coordinate the activities of thousands of immortal individuals across multiple continents while maintaining communication systems, resource sharing, strategic planning, and operational coordination that allows immortal communities to function as integrated civilizations parallel to surface society. Your examination of the global communication systems reveals networks that connect immortal individuals throughout the world while providing secure communication channels that operate independently of surface communication infrastructure. The communication capabilities allow instant contact between immortal communities while maintaining security against surface surveillance and interception. The resource-sharing networks coordinate the distribution of immortality resources, including biological hosts, consciousness transfer facilities, enhancement technologies, and identity management services among different immortal communities worldwide. The resource coordination ensures that all immortal networks maintain operational capabilities while optimizing resource utilization and preventing shortages. The strategic coordination systems allow immortal networks to plan and implement global operations while ensuring that different immortal communities work toward consistent objectives without creating conflicts or operational interference. The strategic planning demonstrates sophisticated organizational capabilities that exceed contemporary international cooperation. Your investigation of the operational integration protocols reveals coordination mechanisms that allow immortal individuals from different networks to collaborate on complex operations while maintaining security standards and preventing operational compromises. The integration capabilities provide flexibility that allows adaptive operational planning and resource optimization. The intelligence sharing networks distribute information about surface world activities, potential threats, and operational opportunities among immortal communities, while maintaining comprehensive global awareness that supports strategic decision-making and operational planning. The mutual support systems provide assistance between different immortal networks during emergencies, operational challenges, or resource shortages, while ensuring that immortal communities maintain operational capabilities despite local problems or external threats. Your examination of the network security systems reveals comprehensive protection measures that safeguard immortal networks from infiltration, surveillance, and attack, while maintaining operational security and preventing surface discovery of immortal activities and organizational structures. The network expansion protocols coordinate the establishment of new immortal communities while ensuring that expanding networks maintain security standards and operational integration with existing immortal organizations. The expansion capabilities demonstrate systematic growth that extends immortal civilization while preserving organizational effectiveness. The cultural coordination systems maintain shared values and operational standards among different immortal networks, while allowing local adaptations and preserving cultural diversity within the broader immortal civilization. The cultural management provides organizational cohesion while maintaining operational flexibility. Your investigation reveals that immortal networks include specialized organizations focused on specific activities, including surface world infiltration, research and development, resource acquisition, and security operations, while coordinating activities that support overall immortal civilization objectives. The network governance systems coordinate decision-making among different immortal organizations, while resolving conflicts and ensuring that network activities support consistent strategic objectives. The governance capabilities provide organizational management that maintains coordination without compromising local autonomy. The operational training networks provide education and skill development for immortal individuals while sharing expertise and maintaining operational capabilities throughout immortal communities. The training systems ensure that immortal networks maintain competence while adapting to changing operational requirements. The most remarkable aspect of immortal networks is their ability to coordinate global operations while maintaining security and preventing detection by surface authorities, despite operating extensive organizational structures and resource systems worldwide. Your examination of current network operations reveals ongoing coordination activities that are managing global immortal community activities while maintaining operational security and strategic coordination among different immortal organizations. The network adaptation systems continuously modify organizational structures and operational procedures to respond to changing circumstances while maintaining effectiveness and security throughout evolving operational environments. As you study the immortal networks and organizational systems, you begin to understand that immortality involves participation in global civilizations that operate parallel to surface society while maintaining sophisticated organizational structures and coordination capabilities. The realization that immortal networks coordinate global operations makes you recognize that immortality involves membership in advanced civilizations that exceed surface organizational capabilities while operating comprehensive resource systems and strategic coordination networks. The surface infiltration systems coordinate the placement of immortal individuals within surface society institutions while maintaining comprehensive influence operations that guide global development according to immortal strategic objectives through carefully managed infiltration of government, business, academic, and social organizations worldwide. Your investigation of the infiltration placement protocols reveals systematic insertion of immortal individuals into positions of authority and influence within surface society while providing cover identities and operational support that allows immortal operatives to function effectively without revealing their immortal status or operational objectives. The influence operation coordination systems manage immortal activities within surface institutions, while ensuring that infiltration efforts support consistent strategic objectives without creating conflicts or exposing immortal involvement in surface decision-making processes. The coordination demonstrates sophisticated operational management that maintains strategic effectiveness while preserving security. The cover identity maintenance systems provide ongoing support for immortal operatives functioning in surface society while managing documentation, relationships, and behavioral adaptation that maintains successful infiltration despite extended operational periods and consciousness transfer requirements. Your examination of the institutional penetration records reveals that immortal infiltration includes government agencies, military organizations, business corporations, academic institutions, religious organizations, and media companies, while providing comprehensive influence capabilities that affect virtually all aspects of surface society development. The decision influence protocols coordinate immortal activities to guide surface society choices while maintaining the appearance of natural decision-making processes and preventing surface detection of immortal manipulation. The influence operations demonstrate sophisticated social management that shapes global development while preserving democratic appearances. The information management systems control what information surface society receives, while ensuring that immortal influence operations achieve desired outcomes, without revealing immortal capabilities or strategic objectives. The information control provides narrative management that maintains surface ignorance about immortal activities, while achieving operational effectiveness. Your investigation of the long-term planning systems reveals that immortal infiltration operates according to strategic objectives that span centuries, while coordinating gradual changes in surface society that guide global development toward outcomes that serve immortal interests without triggering surface resistance or detection. The operational security measures protect immortal infiltration activities from surface intelligence services while preventing discovery of immortal operatives and maintaining cover identities despite extensive operational activities and extended existence periods. The security capabilities exceed surface counterintelligence by providing comprehensive operational protection. The recruitment and training systems prepare immortal individuals for surface infiltration while providing specialized skills and knowledge needed for effective operation within surface society institutions. The training capabilities provide expertise that allows successful institutional penetration while maintaining operational security. Your examination of the coordination mechanisms reveals that immortal infiltration includes communication systems that allow operatives to maintain contact with immortal leadership, while coordinating activities and sharing intelligence without compromising operational security or revealing immortal involvement in surface society decision-making. The resource allocation systems provide immortal operatives with financial resources, technological support, and logistical assistance needed for effective surface society operation, while maintaining cover stories that explain access to resources without revealing immortal backing or organizational support. The performance evaluation systems assess immortal operative effectiveness while identifying operational improvements and ensuring that infiltration activities achieve strategic objectives. The evaluation capabilities provide quality control that optimizes infiltration operations while maintaining security standards. The most disturbing aspect of surface infiltration is evidence that major global decisions have been systematically influenced by immortal operatives, while surface populations believed they were experiencing democratic decision-making and natural political processes. Your examination of current infiltration operations reveals ongoing immortal influence activities that are shaping contemporary global development while maintaining secrecy about immortal involvement in current political, economic, and social decision-making processes. The infiltration adaptation systems continuously modify operational approaches to respond to changing surface society conditions while maintaining effectiveness and preventing detection, despite evolving surveillance capabilities and security measures. As you study the surface infiltration systems and influence operations, you begin to understand that surface society development has been systematically guided by immortal influence, while surface populations remain unaware of immortal involvement in global decision-making processes. The realization that surface infiltration provides comprehensive influence over global development makes you recognize that surface society autonomy may represent an illusion maintained through immortal manipulation, while actual control operates through systematic infiltration of key institutions and decision-making processes. The temporal coordination systems within the Immortality facility reveal that immortal individuals possess access to time manipulation technologies that allow them to coordinate their extended existence activities across multiple time periods while managing historical interventions and temporal operations that support immortal strategic objectives throughout recorded history. Your investigation of the temporal access protocols reveals that immortal individuals can utilize time travel technologies to extend their influence beyond their current time period while conducting historical interventions that optimize conditions for immortal operations and ensure favorable outcomes for immortal civilization development. The temporal planning systems coordinate immortal activities across multiple historical periods, while ensuring that temporal interventions support consistent strategic objectives without creating paradoxes or timeline complications that could threaten immortal existence or operational effectiveness. The historical intervention coordination allows immortal individuals to influence past events while ensuring that temporal manipulations create favorable conditions for immortal operations without compromising timeline stability or creating detection risks that could expose immortal activities to surface populations. Your examination of the temporal communication systems reveals technologies that allow immortal individuals to maintain contact across different time periods while coordinating temporal operations and sharing information between immortals operating in different historical periods. The temporal resource management systems coordinate the utilization of time manipulation technologies while ensuring that temporal operations receive adequate resources and support without compromising other immortal activities or creating resource conflicts between different operational requirements. The temporal security protocols protect immortal temporal operations from interference while preventing unauthorized access to time manipulation technologies and ensuring that temporal activities maintain security standards that protect immortal civilization from temporal threats. Your investigation of the temporal operation records reveals that immortal individuals have been conducting systematic temporal interventions throughout history, while guiding global development and ensuring favorable conditions for immortal operations across multiple historical periods. The temporal mission coordination systems manage complex temporal operations involving multiple immortal operatives, while ensuring that temporal missions achieve strategic objectives without creating conflicts or compromising operational security across different time periods. The temporal intelligence systems gather information from multiple time periods while providing comprehensive historical analysis that supports strategic planning and operational decision-making for immortal activities across extended timescales. Your examination of the temporal training programs reveals specialized education that prepares immortal individuals for temporal operations while providing expertise needed for effective time travel activities and historical intervention missions. The temporal quality control systems ensure that all temporal operations maintain standards for effectiveness and security while preventing temporal accidents or paradoxes that could threaten immortal existence or compromise timeline stability. The temporal research and development programs continue advancing time manipulation technologies while improving temporal operation capabilities and developing new temporal techniques that enhance immortal strategic capabilities. The most remarkable aspect of temporal coordination is evidence that immortal individuals have been systematically manipulating historical development while ensuring that global events create favorable conditions for immortal operations and civilization advancement. Your examination of current temporal operations reveals ongoing time manipulation activities that are influencing both historical and contemporary events, while maintaining secrecy about immortal temporal capabilities and intervention activities. The temporal strategic planning systems coordinate long-term temporal operations, while ensuring that temporal interventions support immortal civilization objectives across extended timescales and multiple historical periods. As you study the temporal coordination systems and time manipulation capabilities, you begin to understand that immortal individuals possess comprehensive control over historical development, while operating temporal technologies that exceed contemporary scientific understanding. The realization that temporal coordination provides immortal control over historical development makes you recognize that recorded history may represent managed narrative designed to serve immortal strategic objectives, while concealing the reality of temporal manipulation and immortal influence over global development. The resource extraction systems, operating through the Immortality facility, reveal comprehensive methods for acquiring the materials, energy, and biological resources needed for Immortality operations, while maintaining extraction activities that operate independently of surface economic systems and environmental regulations through advanced extraction technologies and resource processing capabilities. Your investigation of the energy extraction protocols reveals technologies that can harness unlimited power from sources that exceed contemporary energy production, including dimensional energy tapping, consciousness energy harvesting, and biological energy conversion that provide Immortality operations with energy independence from surface power systems. The material acquisition systems can obtain any required materials through advanced extraction technologies that operate at molecular levels while providing resource independence that allows Immortality operations to function without dependence on surface resource markets or supply chains. The biological resource harvesting protocols coordinate the systematic acquisition of biological materials needed for consciousness transfer operations, biological regeneration procedures, and enhancement technologies, while maintaining supply chains that operate independently of surface medical and biological resource systems. Your examination of the extraction facility operations reveals mining technologies that exceed contemporary extraction capabilities while providing access to resources that surface mining cannot reach, including deep earth materials, ocean floor resources, and dimensional material extraction that provides Immortality operations with unlimited resource access. The resource processing systems convert raw materials into specialized components needed for Immortality operations while providing manufacturing capabilities that exceed surface industrial production through advanced processing technologies and molecular manipulation systems. The resource distribution networks coordinate the allocation of extracted resources among different Immortality facilities while ensuring that all immortal operations maintain adequate resource supplies without creating shortages or operational limitations. Your investigation of the environmental management systems reveals that resource extraction operates through technologies that prevent environmental damage while maintaining extraction activities that exceed surface environmental protection standards through advanced extraction methods that minimize ecological impact. The extraction security systems protect resource operations from interference while preventing unauthorized access to extraction technologies and ensuring that resource activities maintain security standards that protect immortal operations from detection or sabotage. The resource quality control systems ensure that all extracted materials meet standards needed for Immortality operations, while providing quality assurance that maintains operational effectiveness and prevents resource-related complications in Immortality procedures. Your examination of the extraction automation systems reveals that resource operations utilize advanced robotics and artificial intelligence that eliminate human labor requirements while providing extraction efficiency that exceeds surface resource operations through technological automation. The resource storage systems maintain extracted materials in perfect condition while providing inventory management that ensures adequate resource supplies for extended operational periods without degradation or loss of resource quality. The extraction research programs continue developing improved resource technologies while testing enhanced extraction methods that could provide superior resource acquisition capabilities and operational efficiency for Immortality operations. The most disturbing aspect of resource extraction is evidence that immortal operations have been systematically depleting global resources while maintaining extraction activities that operate without environmental oversight or sustainability considerations that could threaten long-term ecological stability. Your examination of current extraction operations reveals ongoing resource acquisition activities that are supporting immortality operations while maintaining secrecy about extraction methods and resource utilization that could exceed sustainable extraction limits. The resource planning systems coordinate long-term extraction strategies while ensuring that resource operations support immortal civilization requirements across extended time periods without creating resource conflicts or operational limitations. As you study the resource extraction systems and acquisition operations, you begin to understand that immortal operations require massive resource consumption while maintaining extraction capabilities that exceed surface resource production and environmental protection standards. The realization that resource extraction provides unlimited resource access makes you recognize that immortal operations consume resources at levels that could threaten global sustainability while maintaining extraction activities that operate independently of surface environmental regulations and resource management systems. The control mechanisms governing the Immortality facility reveal comprehensive systems for managing immortal individuals and operations, while maintaining strict authority structures, behavioral controls, and elimination protocols that ensure absolute compliance with immortal hierarchy, directives, and prevent rebellion or unauthorized activities that could threaten immortal civilization security. Your investigation of the behavioral monitoring systems reveals comprehensive surveillance that tracks all immortal individual activities while analyzing behavior patterns and identifying potential security threats or compliance violations that could compromise immortal operations or challenge established authority structures. The compliance enforcement protocols include graduated response systems that address behavioral violations through correction procedures, enhanced monitoring, consciousness modification, and elimination options that maintain discipline while preventing security breaches or authority challenges. The loyalty assessment systems continuously evaluate immortal individual dedication to immortal civilization while identifying potential disloyalty or rebellion that could threaten operational security or hierarchical stability. The assessment capabilities provide early warning of security threats while ensuring continued compliance with authority directives. Your examination of the psychological control systems reveals technologies that can modify immortal individual behavior, motivation, and decision-making processes while maintaining apparent free will and individual identity, despite comprehensive behavioral manipulation that ensures compliance with immortal civilization objectives. The social control mechanisms manage interactions between immortal individuals while preventing unauthorized relationships, information sharing, or coordination that could threaten authority structures or enable resistance activities. The social controls maintain hierarchical order while preventing collective action against established authority. The information control systems limit immortal individual access to sensitive information while ensuring that operational knowledge remains compartmentalized according to hierarchical status and operational requirements. The information controls prevent unauthorized knowledge access while maintaining operational security. Your investigation of the elimination protocols reveals systematic procedures for removing immortal individuals who pose security threats, while ensuring that elimination activities maintain operational security and prevent detection by other immortal individuals or surface populations. The consciousness modification systems can alter immortal individual personality, memory, and behavioral characteristics while maintaining apparent individual identity, despite comprehensive psychological restructuring that eliminates security threats or compliance problems. The operational control systems coordinate immortal individual activities while ensuring that all operations support hierarchical objectives without unauthorized deviation or independent action that could compromise operational effectiveness or security standards. Your examination of the authority enforcement mechanisms reveals that immortal hierarchy maintains absolute control through technological capabilities that exceed individual resistance, while preventing collective action through comprehensive surveillance and behavioral modification that eliminates opposition potential. The control system integration coordinates all authority mechanisms while ensuring that behavioral monitoring, compliance enforcement, and elimination protocols work together effectively to maintain absolute control over immortal individuals and operations. The security response systems provide rapid intervention capabilities that address security threats while coordinating appropriate responses that maintain operational security and prevent threats from compromising immortal civilization, stability, or authority structures. The most terrifying aspect of control mechanisms is evidence that immortal individuals exist under comprehensive totalitarian control that eliminates individual freedom while maintaining the appearance of autonomous existence despite absolute behavioral manipulation and surveillance. Your examination of current control operations reveals ongoing surveillance and compliance activities that are maintaining immortal individual obedience while preventing security threats and ensuring continued authority over immortal civilization and operational activities. The control system evolution continuously adapts authority mechanisms to address new security challenges while improving control effectiveness and preventing the development of resistance capabilities that could threaten immortal hierarchy, authority, or operational security. As you study the control mechanisms and authority systems, you begin to understand that immortal existence involves complete surrender of individual freedom while accepting totalitarian control that maintains absolute obedience to immortal hierarchy, directives, and operational requirements. The realization that control mechanisms eliminate individual autonomy makes you recognize that immortality involves existence under comprehensive authoritarian control, while sacrificing personal freedom for extended existence under absolute surveillance and behavioral manipulation. The extraction protocols governing departure from the Immortality facility reveal the systematic procedures for managing individuals who attempt to leave immortal civilization while maintaining security through elimination, memory modification, or forced retention that prevents security breaches and ensures that immortal civilization secrets remain protected from surface discovery. Your investigation of the departure detection systems reveals comprehensive monitoring that identifies individuals considering withdrawal from immortal civilization, while tracking behavioral indicators and psychological profiles that suggest potential departure attempts or security risks. The retention procedures include psychological manipulation, enhanced benefits, and threat mechanisms that discourage departure attempts while maintaining immortal individual participation in immortal civilization, despite personal reluctance or disagreement with immortal objectives and operational methods. The memory modification protocols can eliminate knowledge of immortal civilization while allowing individuals to return to surface society without awareness of immortal activities or capabilities. The memory modification provides apparent freedom while ensuring that immortal secrets remain protected from surface exposure. Your examination of the elimination procedures reveals systematic methods for removing individuals who cannot be safely released, while ensuring that elimination activities maintain operational security and prevent detection by other immortal individuals or surface populations. The security assessment systems evaluate departure risks while determining appropriate responses that protect immortal civilization security without creating additional security threats or complications that could compromise operational effectiveness or expose immortal activities. The forced retention systems can prevent departure through consciousness manipulation, physical restraint, and psychological control, while maintaining the appearance of voluntary participation despite elimination of actual choice or freedom to leave immortal civilization. Your investigation of the departure negotiation protocols reveals that some individuals may be allowed limited withdrawal through reduced participation, peripheral roles, or monitored surface existence, while maintaining ongoing surveillance and control that prevents complete separation from immortal civilization. The extraction security measures protect departure procedures from interference, while preventing unauthorized assistance to departure candidates and ensuring that extraction activities maintain security standards that protect immortal operations from exposure or sabotage. The psychological evaluation systems assess individual mental stability and security risk while determining appropriate extraction methods that maintain operational security without creating psychological trauma that could compromise security through erratic behavior or revenge motivations. Your examination of the post-extraction monitoring reveals ongoing surveillance of released individuals while maintaining security oversight that ensures continued compliance with secrecy requirements and prevents delayed security breaches or exposure activities. The extraction documentation systems maintain comprehensive records of departure procedures while providing analysis that improves extraction effectiveness and security standards for future departure management and security protection. The extraction training programs prepare personnel for departure management while providing expertise needed for effective extraction operations and security maintenance throughout departure procedures and post-extraction monitoring. The most disturbing aspect of extraction protocols is evidence that departure from immortal civilization is effectively impossible, while apparent departure options involve continued control, memory modification, or elimination that maintains absolute security while eliminating genuine freedom to leave. Your examination of current extraction operations reveals ongoing departure management activities that are preventing immortal individual withdrawal while maintaining security through comprehensive control mechanisms and elimination procedures. The extraction system evolution continuously improves departure management while developing enhanced security measures that prevent successful withdrawal and ensure continued immortal civilization security, despite individual desires for independence or withdrawal. As you study the extraction protocols and departure management systems, you begin to understand that immortal civilization operates as a closed system that prevents departure while maintaining absolute control over individual participation through security measures that eliminate genuine choice or freedom. The realization that extraction protocols eliminate departure options makes you recognize that immortal civilization involves permanent imprisonment despite apparent benefits, while sacrificing freedom and autonomy for extended existence under inescapable control and surveillance systems. The Resistance Underground, operating within the Immortality facility, reveals secret networks of immortal individuals who oppose the immortal hierarchy, while working to expose immortal civilization, assist departure attempts, and organize resistance activities, despite comprehensive surveillance and severe punishment risks that include elimination and consciousness modification. Your investigation of the resistance organization reveals sophisticated networks that maintain security while coordinating opposition activities through encrypted communication, hidden meeting protocols, and compartmentalized operations that prevent security breaches while enabling effective resistance coordination. The resistance recruitment systems identify potential opposition members while carefully evaluating loyalty and security risks before providing access to resistance activities. The recruitment protocols demonstrate sophisticated security measures that protect resistance operations while expanding opposition capabilities. The resistance intelligence operations gather information about immortal hierarchy activities while documenting security violations, operational procedures, and control mechanisms that could be used to expose immortal civilization or support resistance activities. Your examination of the resistance support systems reveals assistance networks that help individuals attempting departure while providing resources, security protection, and escape coordination that could enable successful withdrawal from immortal civilization, despite comprehensive security measures. The resistance communication networks maintain contact between opposition members while coordinating activities and sharing information despite surveillance systems and security monitoring that continuously threatens resistance operations and member safety. The resistance sabotage activities include disruption of immortal operations while targeting control systems, surveillance networks, and authority mechanisms that maintain immortal hierarchy control over individual immortals and operational activities. Your investigation of the resistance documentation efforts reveals comprehensive record-keeping that documents immortal civilization violations while gathering evidence that could be used to expose immortal activities to surface populations or international authorities. The resistance security protocols protect opposition activities from detection while maintaining operational security, despite comprehensive surveillance and infiltration attempts by immortal hierarchy security systems and counterintelligence operations. The resistance strategic planning coordinates long-term opposition activities, while developing comprehensive strategies for exposing immortal civilization and assisting individual departure attempts, despite overwhelming immortal hierarchy advantages in resources and technological capabilities. Your examination of the resistance mutual support systems reveals networks that provide psychological assistance, resource sharing, and protection for resistance members, while maintaining morale and operational effectiveness, despite severe risks and limited success rates. The resistance external contact efforts include attempts to communicate with surface authorities, while seeking assistance from outside organizations that could provide support for resistance activities or exposure of immortal civilization. The resistance training programs provide opposition skills while teaching security procedures, sabotage techniques, and survival methods that improve resistance effectiveness and member safety during opposition activities and escape attempts. The most remarkable aspect of Resistance Underground is evidence that opposition continues despite overwhelming odds, while demonstrating that some immortal individuals maintain commitment to freedom and ethical principles despite comprehensive control systems and severe punishment risks. Your examination of current resistance operations reveals ongoing opposition activities that are continuing despite security crackdowns, while maintaining resistance networks and opposition efforts despite increased surveillance and elimination threats. The resistance evolution systems adapt opposition strategies to address changing security conditions while improving resistance capabilities and developing new opposition methods that could enhance effectiveness against immortal hierarchy control systems. As you study the Resistance Underground and opposition networks, you begin to understand that immortal civilization faces internal opposition from individuals who value freedom and ethical principles over extended existence under totalitarian control and comprehensive surveillance. The realization that Resistance Underground maintains opposition despite overwhelming risks makes you recognize that some immortal individuals continue fighting for freedom and human dignity while sacrificing personal security for resistance to totalitarian control and authoritarian oppression. The truth revelation systems within the Immortality facility document the complete reality of immortal civilization, including the systematic deception, exploitation, and control that underlies the promise of eternal youth, while revealing that immortality involves surrender of humanity, individual freedom, and moral autonomy in exchange for extended existence under totalitarian authority. Your investigation of the deception documentation reveals comprehensive records showing that immortal recruitment involves systematic lies about immortal civilization, benefits while concealing the reality of permanent control, behavioral manipulation, and elimination of individual autonomy that characterizes actual immortal existence. The exploitation evidence systems document the systematic utilization of immortal individuals as resources, while revealing that consciousness transfer involves harvesting of human consciousness for immortal hierarchy purposes, rather than providing genuine individual immortality or life extension benefits. The control reality documentation shows that immortal civilization operates as comprehensive totalitarian system that eliminates individual freedom while maintaining absolute authority over all aspects of immortal individual existence, including thoughts, relationships, activities, and personal choices. Your examination of the moral corruption records reveals that immortal operations involve systematic violation of human rights, while engaging in activities including murder, consciousness theft, biological exploitation, and resource extraction that operate without ethical constraints or moral consideration for surface populations. The human cost documentation reveals the true price of immortal civilization, including the thousands of individuals who have been eliminated, exploited, or controlled while serving immortal hierarchy objectives that prioritize immortal civilization, expansion, over human welfare or individual rights. The false promise evidence shows that immortal recruitment claims about eternal youth and enhanced capabilities involve systematic deception, while the reality includes consciousness, slavery, biological exploitation, and permanent surrender of human identity and individual autonomy. Your investigation of the hierarchy exploitation systems reveals that immortal civilization operates for the benefit of ancient immortals while utilizing newer immortals as expendable resources that serve hierarchy objectives without receiving genuine benefits or individual consideration. The resistance suppression documentation shows systematic elimination of opposition while revealing that immortal hierarchy maintains control through comprehensive violence, psychological manipulation, and consciousness modification that eliminates individual resistance and moral objection. The surface population exploitation records document systematic resource extraction, biological harvesting, and population manipulation, while revealing that immortal civilization threatens surface humanity through activities that operate without consent or moral consideration. Your examination of the environmental destruction evidence reveals that immortal operations involve resource extraction and environmental manipulation that threatens global ecological stability, while prioritizing immortal civilization requirements over planetary environmental protection and sustainability. The technological abuse documentation shows that immortal technologies, including consciousness transfer, biological regeneration, and temporal manipulation, are used primarily for control and exploitation rather than genuine human enhancement or welfare improvement. The historical manipulation records reveal systematic interference in human development, while showing that immortal civilization has prevented human progress and independence through historical intervention that serves immortal control objectives rather than human welfare. The most horrifying aspect of truth revelation is evidence that immortal civilization represents comprehensive evil that exploits human desire for life extension while delivering permanent enslavement, moral corruption, and surrender of everything that makes human existence meaningful and valuable. Your examination of current truth documentation reveals ongoing exploitation and control activities, while showing that immortal civilization continues expanding through deception and manipulation that targets individuals seeking life extension or enhanced capabilities. The revelation system completeness ensures that all aspects of immortal civilization reality are documented while providing comprehensive evidence of systematic deception, exploitation, and control that characterizes immortal operations and hierarchy objectives. As you study the truth, revelation documentation and evidence systems, you begin to understand that immortal civilization represents ultimate evil that exploits human hopes while delivering comprehensive enslavement and moral corruption that destroys individual humanity and personal autonomy. The realization that truth revelation exposes immortal civilization as comprehensive evil makes you recognize that the promise of eternal youth involves systematic deception that conceals the reality of permanent enslavement, moral corruption, and surrender of human identity and individual freedom. Standing in the Immortality Facility's central chamber, with complete understanding of the horror that immortal civilization represents, you face the ultimate challenge of escaping comprehensive surveillance and control systems, while attempting to expose immortal operations and warn surface humanity about the deception and exploitation that underlies the promise of eternal youth. Your analysis of escape possibilities reveals that successful departure requires overcoming surveillance systems, security protocols, and elimination procedures while avoiding consciousness modification or physical elimination that would prevent exposure of immortal civilization and warning of surface populations about immortal threats. The resistance contact systems provide potential assistance for escape attempts while offering coordination with underground networks that could provide resources and security protection during departure efforts. Despite comprehensive surveillance and security measures that monitor all facility activities, a security vulnerability assessment reveals limited opportunities for avoiding detection while identifying potential weaknesses in surveillance systems and control mechanisms that could enable successful escape despite overwhelming security advantages possessed by immortal hierarchy. Your examination of escape route planning reveals complex challenges, including facility security, surveillance monitoring, and elimination protocols, while requiring careful coordination and timing that could enable departure without triggering security responses that would prevent successful escape. The truth documentation preparation involves gathering evidence and testimony that could expose immortal civilization while providing information needed for surface authorities to understand immortal threats and take appropriate protective measures against immortal infiltration and exploitation. The surface contact planning includes methods for reaching surface authorities while providing credible evidence that could overcome skepticism and disbelief about immortal civilization, existence, and operational activities threatening surface humanity. Your investigation of escape resource requirements reveals needs for security equipment, communication systems, and transportation methods, while identifying resources that could be acquired or provided by resistance networks supporting escape attempts and exposure activities. The timing considerations include optimal opportunities for escape attempts while coordinating with resistance activities and security vulnerabilities that could maximize success probability despite comprehensive surveillance and security measures. The risk assessment evaluation reveals severe dangers, including elimination, consciousness modification, and pursuit, while acknowledging that successful escape could provide opportunities for exposing immortal civilization and protecting surface humanity from continued exploitation. Your examination of the moral imperative reveals that escape attempts represent ethical obligation to warn surface humanity while accepting personal risks for broader human welfare and protection against immortal civilization, expansion, and exploitation activities. The resistance coordination planning includes communication with underground networks while coordinating escape attempts with broader resistance activities that could provide mutual support and enhance success probability for departure and exposure efforts. The security countermeasure development involves methods for avoiding detection while defeating surveillance systems and security protocols through technical measures and operational procedures that could enable successful departure despite comprehensive monitoring. The most critical aspect of final escape is understanding that success requires accepting severe personal risks while prioritizing surface humanity protection over individual survival and safety considerations. Your preparation for escape attempt includes final documentation review while ensuring that essential evidence and testimony are preserved for surface exposure regardless of escape outcome or personal survival during departure efforts. The escape execution planning coordinates all preparation elements while developing comprehensive departure strategy that maximizes success probability despite overwhelming security disadvantages and elimination risks. As you prepare for final escape attempt, you understand that success represents only the beginning of broader struggle to expose immortal civilization while protecting surface humanity from continued exploitation and deception through immortal infiltration and expansion activities. The realization that final escape involves ultimate moral choice makes you recognize that individual survival considerations must yield to broader human welfare while accepting responsibility for warning surface humanity about immortal civilization threats regardless of personal consequences or survival probability. Emerging from the Immortality facility into surface civilization, you carry the terrible burden of exposing immortal civilization while attempting to warn global authorities about the deception exploitation, and existential threat that immortal operations pose to surface humanity through systematic infiltration, resource extraction, and population manipulation that operates under cover of beneficial life extension technology. Your initial contact attempts with surface authorities reveal the challenge of providing credible evidence about immortal civilization while overcoming skepticism and disbelief from officials who cannot comprehend the scope and sophistication of immortal operations that have remained hidden throughout recorded history. The documentation presentation includes physical evidence, recorded testimony, and technical analysis, while providing proof of immortal technology and operational activities that demonstrate the reality of immortal civilization and the threats that immortal expansion poses to surface humanity and global civilization. The credibility establishment process involves verification of your background and expertise, while providing authentication of evidence and testimony that could overcome official skepticism about extraordinary claims regarding immortal civilization existence and operational activities. Your coordination with investigative authorities includes sharing information about immortal infiltration, while identifying surface institutions and organizations that may be compromised by immortal operatives, working to advance immortal strategic objectives through positions of influence and authority. The media engagement efforts include providing information to journalists and investigators while attempting to generate public awareness about immortal civilization threats. Despite potential suppression efforts by immortal operatives working within media organizations and regulatory authorities, the international coordination involves sharing information with multiple government authorities while attempting to generate global response to immortal threats that exceed national capabilities and require international cooperation for effective protection against immortal infiltration and expansion. Your security protection efforts include maintaining personal safety while avoiding elimination or capture by immortal operatives working to suppress exposure and maintain operational security for immortal civilization activities and expansion plans. The evidence preservation systems ensure that documentation and testimony remain available, while providing backup copies and security measures that protect critical information from destruction or suppression by immortal operatives or compromised authorities. The public education campaigns include efforts to raise awareness about immortal deception, while warning surface populations about the reality behind life extension offers and eternal youth promises that conceal the exploitation and enslavement that characterizes actual immortal recruitment. Your investigation support involves assisting official inquiries while providing expertise and information needed for comprehensive investigation of immortal activities and development of protective measures against immortal infiltration and operational expansion. The resistance coordination includes maintaining contact with immortal facility resistance networks while providing surface support for continued opposition activities and escape attempts by individuals seeking departure from immortal civilization. The counter-infiltration efforts include identifying immortal operatives within surface institutions, while developing methods for detecting and neutralizing immortal influence operations that advance immortal strategic objectives through manipulation of surface decision-making processes. The most challenging aspect of surface warning involves overcoming immortal influence operations that work to discredit exposure efforts while using infiltration capabilities and resource advantages to suppress information and prevent effective surface response to immortal threats. Your analysis of surface response capabilities reveals limited ability to address immortal threats while identifying needs for technological development, international cooperation, and comprehensive security measures that could provide effective protection against immortal infiltration and expansion. The long-term protection planning includes development of surface technologies and capabilities that could provide independence from immortal influence, while establishing security measures that prevent immortal infiltration and protect surface humanity from continued exploitation and manipulation. As you continue surface warning efforts, you understand that success requires sustained commitment while accepting ongoing personal risks for broader human welfare and protection against immortal civilization, expansion that threatens surface humanity, independence, and survival. The realization that surface warning represents lifelong commitment makes you recognize that exposure efforts require continued vigilance and dedication while maintaining resistance to immortal influence operations that work to suppress truth and maintain exploitation of surface humanity through deception and infiltration. The global response to immortal civilization exposure reveals a complex mixture of disbelief, investigation, suppression, and defensive measures as surface governments struggle to comprehend and address the reality of immortal infiltration, while immortal operatives work to minimize exposure, impact, and maintain operational security through influence operations and information suppression. Your coordination with international authorities reveals varying levels of official response. While some governments initiate comprehensive investigations, and others dismiss evidence as elaborate hoax or conspiracy theory, creating inconsistent global response that limits effective protection against immortal threats and infiltration activities. The investigative authority activities include formation of specialized task forces while developing technical capabilities needed for detecting immortal operatives and countering immortal influence operations that work to advance immortal strategic objectives through manipulation of surface institutions and decision-making processes. The scientific community response includes research programs dedicated to understanding immortal technology while attempting to develop independent capabilities that could provide surface civilization with technological independence from immortal systems and protection against immortal technological advantages. Your assistance to government investigations includes providing technical expertise while helping develop detection methods and countermeasures that could identify immortal operatives and neutralize immortal influence operations within surface institutions and organizations. The international cooperation efforts include sharing intelligence about immortal activities while coordinating protective measures and developing joint response capabilities that could provide effective defense against immortal infiltration and expansion activities on global scale. The public awareness campaigns generate mixed reactions, including fascination, fear, and skepticism, while immortal influence operations work to discredit exposure efforts and maintain public ignorance about immortal threats through media manipulation and information suppression activities. Your documentation of suppression efforts reveals immortal operative activities within media organizations, while showing systematic attempts to discredit exposure evidence and maintain public skepticism about immortal civilization, existence, and operational activities threatening surface humanity. The technological development acceleration includes government research programs while attempting to develop capabilities that could provide surface civilization with protection against immortal technology advantages and independence from immortal influence operations and resource control. The security measure implementation includes enhanced surveillance and screening procedures while attempting to identify immortal operatives within government institutions and prevent further immortal infiltration of critical decision-making positions and authority structures. Your analysis of immortal counter-response reveals escalated suppression activities while showing increased immortal operative activity designed to maintain operational security and prevent effective surface response to immortal threats and expansion activities. The resistance support networks include surface organizations dedicated to assisting immortal facility resistance while providing resources and coordination that could help opposition activities and escape attempts by individuals seeking departure from immortal civilization. The policy development efforts include government initiatives designed to address immortal threats while establishing legal frameworks and regulatory measures that could provide protection against immortal infiltration and exploitation activities targeting surface populations. The most significant aspect of global response is evidence that surface civilization possesses limited capabilities for addressing immortal threats, while requiring substantial technological and organizational development to provide effective protection against immortal advantages and infiltration capabilities. Your evaluation of response effectiveness reveals that global efforts require sustained commitment while acknowledging that immortal civilization advantages in technology, resources, and infiltration capabilities create ongoing challenges for surface protection and independence efforts. The international coordination evolution includes development of specialized organizations while establishing global cooperation mechanisms that could provide comprehensive response to immortal threats and protection for surface humanity against continued exploitation and manipulation. As you observe global response development, you understand that effective protection requires long-term commitment, while accepting that immortal civilization advantages create ongoing challenges that require sustained vigilance and continuous development of defensive capabilities and countermeasures. The realization that global response represents beginning of extended conflict makes you recognize that protection of surface humanity requires generational commitment while maintaining resistance to immortal influence operations and expansion activities that threaten human independence and survival. The eternal struggle between surface humanity and immortal civilization represents a fundamental conflict between human freedom and technological control that will define the future of human civilization, while determining whether humanity maintains independence and moral autonomy or succumbs to comprehensive surveillance and behavioral manipulation under immortal authority. Your analysis of the ongoing conflict reveals that immortal civilization possesses overwhelming advantages in technology, resources, and time, while surface humanity maintains advantages in numbers, adaptability, and moral motivation that create dynamic tension, requiring sustained effort and continuous vigilance for effective resistance. The resistance evolution includes development of surface technologies while establishing organizational capabilities that could provide effective opposition to immortal expansion and protection against immortal infiltration. Despite comprehensive disadvantages in technological sophistication and resource availability, the immortal adaptation strategies include enhanced security measures while developing improved infiltration techniques and influence operations that work to maintain operational advantage and prevent effective surface resistance to immortal expansion and control activities. Your investigation of long-term implications reveals that the conflict operates on extended timescales, while immortal strategic planning spans centuries compared to surface political and social planning that operates on much shorter time horizons, creating fundamental asymmetry in strategic capability and resource allocation. The generational responsibility includes educating surface populations while ensuring that knowledge of immortal threats and resistance methods continues across multiple generations, despite immortal efforts to suppress information and maintain public ignorance about immortal civilization and operational activities. The technological competition includes surface research programs while attempting to develop capabilities that could provide independence from immortal technological advantages and protection against immortal influence operations and control mechanisms that threaten human autonomy and freedom. Your examination of moral dimensions reveals that the conflict represents fundamental questions about human values, while determining whether technological advancement should prioritize individual freedom and moral autonomy, or accept comprehensive control and behavioral manipulation for extended existence and enhanced capabilities. The resistance network's evolution includes global coordination while establishing communication systems and resource sharing that could provide sustained opposition capabilities despite immortal surveillance and suppression efforts designed to eliminate effective resistance and maintain operational security. The strategic planning development includes long-term resistance objectives while coordinating activities that could achieve surface independence and protection against immortal threats, despite overwhelming disadvantages in technology, resources, and strategic planning capabilities. Your analysis of success requirements reveals that effective resistance requires sustained commitment while accepting ongoing personal risks and sacrifices for broader human welfare and protection against immortal expansion that threatens fundamental human values and individual autonomy. Cultural preservation efforts include maintaining human values while ensuring that moral principles and individual freedom remain central to surface civilization, despite immortal influence operations that work to undermine human independence and promote acceptance of technological control and behavioral manipulation. The educational initiatives include developing awareness programs while ensuring that surface populations understand immortal threats and resistance methods, despite immortal efforts to maintain ignorance and prevent effective opposition to immortal expansion and infiltration activities. The most critical aspect of eternal struggle is understanding that victory requires generational commitment while accepting that individual contributions represent part of larger historical effort to preserve human freedom and dignity against technological authoritarianism and comprehensive control. Your commitment to resistance activities includes accepting lifelong dedication while understanding that success depends on sustained effort by multiple generations working to preserve human independence and protect surface civilization from immortal expansion and control. The hope for ultimate success includes possibilities for surface technological development while establishing capabilities that could provide effective protection against immortal advantages and ensure continued human freedom and moral autonomy throughout future civilization development. As you consider your role in eternal struggle, you understand that individual resistance represents moral imperative while accepting responsibility for preserving human values and protecting future generations from immortal expansion that threatens fundamental human dignity and individual freedom. The realization that eternal struggle defines human existence makes you recognize that resistance to immortal civilization represents essential human responsibility while maintaining commitment to freedom, dignity, and moral autonomy that characterize human civilization at its best and most meaningful. As you prepare to leave the Egyptian Immortality facility and return to a surface world that will never fully comprehend the horror and temptation you've witnessed, you carry with you not just knowledge of consciousness transfer and biological regeneration, but profound understanding of the fundamental questions about human identity, technological seduction, and the relationship between individual mortality and collective humanity that will influence every moment of your remaining natural existence. The immortality chambers stand as monuments to human ambition and technological capability, demonstrating that ancient civilizations possessed life extension technologies that exceed modern medicine, while creating management systems that defeat death through consciousness, manipulation, and biological optimization. The immortal achievements represent solutions to humanity's most fundamental fear, the inevitability of death, and the limitation of human biological existence. But the immortality facilities also represent the ultimate corruption of human values and the complete destruction of everything that makes individual existence meaningful and morally significant. The immortal success was achieved through systematic exploitation, consciousness slavery, and the elimination of human freedom and individual dignity that transforms extended existence into permanent imprisonment under technological authoritarianism. Your exploration of the immortality facilities has revealed that human civilization includes technological possibilities that far exceed contemporary understanding, with consciousness transfer capabilities that operate according to principles that modern science cannot comprehend, while providing life extension that eliminates natural biological limitations through systematic exploitation of human consciousness and identity. The choice between accepting immortal recruitment and maintaining mortal existence represents more than personal preference or individual decision-making. It represents fundamental questions about what makes human life valuable and whether extended existence justifies the sacrifice of freedom, dignity, and moral autonomy that immortal civilization requires from its participants. The immortal civilization offers genuine solutions to death, aging, and biological limitation, while providing technological capabilities and enhanced existence that exceed natural human possibilities. But these benefits require accepting comprehensive control, behavioral manipulation, the surrender of individual identity that transforms extended existence into consciousness, slavery under immortal hierarchy authority. Mortal existence preserves human freedom, individual dignity, and moral autonomy while accepting the natural limitations of biological life, including aging, death, and the brevity of human existence. The mortal approach prioritizes individual identity and personal freedom while acknowledging the natural constraints and inevitable conclusion of human biological existence. Your experience in the Immortality facilities has provided unique insight into these fundamental tensions and the ways that different approaches to human existence address different needs while creating different benefits and costs. The immortal approach eliminates biological limitations while requiring surrender of human identity. The mortal approach preserves human dignity while accepting biological constraints and death. The complexity of these choices reflects fundamental questions about human nature and the meaning of existence that cannot be easily resolved or compromised. Life extension and individual freedom, technological enhancement and personal dignity, collective survival, and individual identity all represent important human values that sometimes conflict with each other in ways that require ultimate choices about priorities and meaning. As you consider the implications of your Immortality facility experience and its consequences for understanding human existence, you recognize that your knowledge of immortal civilization represents both temptation and warning. Temptation to pursue extended existence despite moral costs, and warning about the spiritual and ethical destruction that immortal recruitment involves. The Immortality facilities will continue operating regardless of surface knowledge or resistance, maintaining their consciousness transfer capabilities and biological regeneration systems, while recruiting individuals who prioritize extended existence over freedom and dignity. The surface civilization will continue developing life extension research while remaining ignorant of the moral and ethical implications that immortal technology involves. Your knowledge of Immortality technology represents both burden and responsibility. Burden of understanding the true cost of extended existence, and responsibility for warning others about the deception and exploitation that immortal recruitment conceals behind promises of eternal youth and enhanced capabilities. The Immortality chambers that were hidden for millennia have been exposed and documented, but their ultimate significance will be determined by how knowledge of their existence and capabilities influences individual choices about the meaning and value of human existence within natural biological constraints. As you emerge from the Immortality facility and return to surface civilization with full awareness of both the possibilities and horrors of technological life extension, you carry understanding of capabilities that could extend human existence indefinitely while recognizing the moral and spiritual costs involved in pursuing immortality through consciousness manipulation and identity surrender. The secret Egyptian immortality processes represent both human achievement and human temptation. Achievement in demonstrating technological capabilities that exceed natural biological limitations, and temptation to pursue extended existence through methods that destroy the freedom, dignity, and moral autonomy that make human life meaningful and valuable. Your exploration has revealed that human potential includes possibilities that exceed contemporary imagination, but realizing these possibilities requires choices about values and priorities that will determine whether extended existence enhances human dignity or replaces individual identity with technological control and behavioral manipulation under immortal authority. The Immortality technology you discovered represents the ultimate test of human values and the ability to choose meaning and dignity over mere survival and extended existence. The consciousness transfer systems offer freedom from death while requiring surrender of everything that makes individual human existence worth preserving and protecting. The Egyptian chambers that process consciousness and regenerate biology continue operating in darkness beneath the surface world, offering extended existence to those willing to surrender their humanity while maintaining the ancient systems that transform individual identity into collective resources for immortal civilization, expansion, and control. Welcome to understanding that the greatest human achievement, the defeat of death itself, may represent the ultimate human tragedy when purchased through the sacrifice of freedom, dignity, and individual moral autonomy that define human existence at its most meaningful and spiritually significant. Your journey through the Immortality facility ends here, but your understanding of the choice between mortal meaning and immortal emptiness will continue throughout whatever time remains in your natural biological existence, serving as both warning and wisdom about the true cost of technological transcendence and the irreplaceable value of human mortality.